All right, everybody, we are back for another Dokkan battle video here on the channel. Koren here, burning the midnight oil, 12:05 a.m. on a school night. No, I gotta be up for school tomorrow. But in all seriousness, I'm up waiting for my blankets to dry. My cat took a massive dump on them. I think he's mad because me and my fiance, we got another kitten off the streets here. So he's a little stressed, but thought I'd just take this opportunity and kind of talk about something that I touched on last video. I said, well, I'll make another video on this, and I guess I'll be doing that today. Also, just as I said, new cat, gonna be a little stressed out these next couple days, so I might be taking it a little bit light on the videos here, guys. But we'll be back to the regular type of uploads after this, but I just want to mainly talk about this worldwide download celebration and how I would say how bad it's felt, mainly as a global player. If you're a JP player, I'm sure this is just a normal celebration. Even then, it's still a little lackluster. So here's the main thing. This is the main reason why I think this celebration has been pretty bad and why I think a lot of global players are mad. Number one, look at this. These two right here are the only two main EZAs for actual summonable usable units. There's only been three EZAs. Let's look at worldwide last year. We'll take a look at worldwide last year. So where would I go in here? Let's go to new. Nope. How do I? Maybe it's back a couple here. If we can look at worldwide last year. Worldwide last year. These guys dropped. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 EZAs in part 1. 6 EZAs in part 1 of worldwide. I believe these two were part of part 1, if I'm not mistaken. When did he EZA? He EZA'd September 8th. When did these guys drop? September 14th. I'm pretty sure these guys are part 1. I will put an edit here if it's not. But 6 EZAs in part 1. Not to mention, we also had the red zone drop before the worldwide download celebration. And it was actually pretty fun, like pretty hard. Part 2, let's see part 2 here. 2 EZAs right here already. Let's see if we had any more. Guys, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure, and it's been a while. So September 14th, let's see that. These guys dropped the 15th, so that's part 2. These guys, and let's go over here. This guy dropped the 15th most likely, and the 22nd. So basically, excuse me, 4 EZAs part 2, 4 EZAs part 3. Dokkan, what's going on? What is going on here? So this has been lackluster. Let's go back here. 3 EZAs, 3 main actual usable EZAs in part 1 and 2 so far. Trash. First off, trash. This guy is mid. This guy's good. This guy's good. So far, we're 2 out of 3 on the EZAs. Videl's all right. You know, she's a decent free-to-play unit there. But that's not the only problem with this. Let's go ahead and look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Dokkan Fest LRs in the past 2 months. 3 months, excuse me. Back to back to back to back. Dokkan was doing a crap job of spacing out and catching up the games. I mean, we didn't even get part 2 of the Global First Celebration, which was Cell Max. So in reality, let's look at this here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 out of basically the 9 of the top 10 units in the game dropped on global in the matter of 3 months. 3 months. 9 out of the 10 top 10 units in this game on just the summonable banners, if you want to, you know, count them. So basically all the top 10 units in the game dropped on global in the past 3 months. This is just ridiculous, I think. I think this is ridiculous. I think that Dokkan has made a huge blunder in syncing the games, and this is the big issue that a lot of people are complaining about on Twitter, on Truth's videos, on other YouTube videos, just talking about. And let's look at Red Zone here. So let's look at events. I don't know. I think I know it better on here. Let's go to events here. Let's take a look at the new Supreme Magnificent Battle. This stage is a joke. 1.4, that's nothing. That's just a joke. This stage is a joke. This stage is decent. I mean, these guys can triple super. Basically, they triple super for 1.4. That's kind of hard. I mean, and this guy does 1.6, but I'm pretty sure he does more damage the more you damage him. Or it's more defense. Yeah, so he's trash. This guy, not hard at all. I mean, I guess the hardest stage here is most likely the stage with all 4 of these guys, because it can take a while to get through them. But look at these numbers. This Trunks is doing 795. And then this Goku is like not even that hard. So like this is just like a crappy Supreme Magnificent Battle. And instead, if we will look back at, and let's look at Worldwide's Red Zone here, if I can find it. Let's see, where's the Red Zone here? Let's look for red. This Red Zone was elite. I mean, androids were putting up, for the time, they were doing crazy damage. Cell Max, Jesus, first form Cell 1.3, he was super hard right out the gate. Goku Black, this stage was pretty hard too. I mean, he's hitting for 1.5 turn 1, and then 1.6 over here. These were hard. And then Zamasu here, hard. And then, you know, Fusion Zamasu, the most insane boss when he released. Like, this was just genuinely hard, and it was a different landscape back then, sure, but mainly I think Dokkan just has not been delivering with this Worldwide, you know, and the content is just dry. The content is not giving enough rewards. If you think that there's been enough rewards during this Worldwide download, or there's been like enough incentive to grind out the game, you probably just play this game for your job, you know, like the YouTubers, right? Because anybody else that plays this game, it's been dry. The only reason I'm even enjoying Dokkan right now is because I'm making videos on it, because I'm, you know, pumping out content on it. But what is going on? This is just unacceptable. Look at this. And I don't even count this as Worldwide, because this is something that just global needed to catch up on. So from Turles up until this Videl, which is, what is this though? By the way, this is a huge fumble on Dokkan's part. Why are we getting a Videl banner unit for Broly's banner. Could we please get more movie bosses support? Don't even get me started on the decisions that Dokkan makes, but yeah, it's just, and maybe it's burnout, you know, maybe it's just you know, being tired of how Dokkan has been handling the sync. But I mean, let's look back at some of the banners here. Let's look back at, and is this gonna be, let's look back at some of these banners here. Let's look at before Worldwide here. So they dropped this big fumble. This was an L. This was just so, and this was just an L. Why did they do this? And then we had these guys here. Okay. We had Golden Week. Pretty good. Now went straight into Ginyu and then Anniversary. I don't get it. They could have just done celebrations at the same time. Like, we could have gotten right here, we should have just gotten Cell Max right here with this banner. Why didn't we get them? We should have just gotten Cell Max here. Instead of this, just throw them on another banner or something. They just could have just thrown more characters on other banners and just called it a day, and everybody would have been happy actually. Instead, they just do this dog crap where they want to make as much money as possible. And I understand, but look at this, look. Gogeta, Broly, Gammas, Beast, UI Goku right after, it was still during Anniversary that we got UI Goku. Topo, Cell Max, Broly, Trio, Gohan, Broly. I think the only reason a lot of us are mad is just because of the fact that we have been basically had no stones for any of these celebrations. Like, if you don't spend money on the game, you've probably been screwed throughout all of these celebrations here. Because I mean, look at this. You can't even, like, it's gonna be hard to. It was hard for people to skip any of these banners. I mean, top 10 unit, top 10 unit, top 10 unit, top 10 unit. Well, not them anymore. They're out of top 10. They've been out of top 10 for a bit. Top 10, top 10. Top 10, top 10, top 10, top 10. Like, all of these guys are elite characters that you're gonna want to have, that are maybe not necessary all of them to have, but a good amount of them are gonna help you with this hard content and are gonna be the best units in the game. And Dokkan knows this. Like, at the end of the day, they are. This is a gacha game, right? They want to make money. They want people to, you know, spend money on stones. But I just think that this whole release, and I mean, obviously, I saw no other way that they could have done this any better other than just dropping it back to back to back, because in reality, that's what we needed to do to just catch up the games, right? So, you know, Cell Max coming out, UI Goku coming out, Topo coming out, all in quick succession. I get it. Completely get it. We need to catch up the games. But you wouldn't have had to do this if you had handled the rest of the game, the rest of this entire, they had an entire year, by the way, to catch up these games. An entire year. Last year in Worldwide is when they announced the global sync. And they had an entire year to come up with a plan to catch up the games. What they really should have done is after 9th anniversary, just say, fuck it. We're gonna drop a banner with every unit that global needs. Here you go. I'm pretty sure that's what One Piece Treasure Cruise did whenever they synced the games. They just dropped one big banner on global that had everything on it. Obviously, they want to squeeze out every single profit they need. Like, they could have really just put UI Goku, Jiren, Cell Max, Topo. Who else? Who else do we need to catch up right now? We still need Jiren, we need Roshi, and then we'll be caught up. So we need Jiren and Roshi. At this time, we needed, yeah, UI Goku, Cell Max, Topo. So they could have put UI Goku, Cell Max, Topo, Jiren, and then Roshi banner could have dropped after when they dropped it on JP, and that would have solved a lot of the problems here. Obviously, you know, they want to make money. Those banners would probably be the most insane banners in any of the game's history at all. All those brand new units coming out. I mean, what would that have been? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 new featured units on the banner. If they had just dropped it instead of, you know, UI Goku, they just have, or instead of these guys, they have UI Goku. We have Topo. We have Cell Max. We have Jiren, and then we could have had the Dispo here. Obviously, that would have been insane. I feel like they would have made good money, but Dokkan just makes dumb decisions. They just make decisions based off of profits. I mean, and I get it, right? At the end of the day, they are trying to make money. That's the main thing here, but it's at the expense of the player base, right? JP, I mean, you guys have it good as far as being on schedule. I mean, you don't have technically a schedule. You're not behind. Obviously, global, we get a lot of good treatment, right? I mean, just take a look back at here. Look at these banners for. These are the best banners ever in Dokkan history. We can't complain too much about that. Like, all the other criticisms are valid about Dokkan right now, with, you know, back-to-back Dokkan Fest LRs, Stone Drought, Content Drought, but still, they were pretty generous, right? At the end of the day, JP doesn't really get much discounts. We get crazy discounts. I mean, JP didn't even get this. Perform 3, get 1 free, and it was also discounted stones on this banner. I believe it was discounted, not stones, sorry, discounted summons. So yeah, step 1, 30. And then, so if you did a multi right here, oh wow, you can just simulate summons, so skip that. So yeah, it was, I believe it was 30, 40, 45 free, 30, 40, 45 free, 30, 40, 45 free. And then after that, there was no buy 3, get 1 free, which honestly, they should have just kept that on there as a, sorry, we're dropping this right after and or during anniversary. But yeah, those are my thoughts, guys. No one asked, no one cares, but I gave out my thoughts anyways. Just wanted to kind of key you guys in on what I'm thinking here and why I think that, you know, they handled this horribly, because they did. They handled this entire celebration. So far, they've handled this celebration horrifically. The units are really, really good. They're really fun. Really wish I'd gotten this Gohan. Maybe next paycheck, we'll see. Maybe I'll hop back in on Gohan's banner and try and get him. But so far, the units have been fire. It's just the content has been trash. I pull the new shiny units, and the new content isn't even hard enough for me to test out their limits, really, honestly. If I'm running Trio's full optimal team, we're completely destroying content. If I'm running Broly's optimal, well, maybe Broly's team is a little bit worse than Trio's, but still, if we're running Broly's team optimally, right, and not memeing around, it's gonna be completely decking every new fight that they get. Those memorable battles are a joke. I might just straight up post the fight against, and this is against albeit Universal Survival Saga. That team's busted. Superheroes is busted, but still, a brand new unit brand new event supposed to be hard, and it took me quite literally 2 turns, only 3 minutes to beat. Dokkan, what are we doing? What are we doing? Even, you know, last year's worldwide, you know, whatever those memorable battles or whatever it was, those were a lot harder. So anyways, those are my thoughts. That's me bitching about Dokkan for however long it's been, probably what, 18-20 minutes, something like that. Let me know if you guys like these type of videos. If not, leave a dislike. If so, like it, comment, subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.